Welcome to Call of the Pen. Today we're going to talk about last night's game and then possibly game or World Series clinching game tonight. I did not see any of the game last night. I was too busy trying to scare the crap out of kids. But we did have a home run, which one of our followers did predict, which is amazing. Can you believe? See, it was only 6-1 odds if you predicted Simeon hitting a homer. I think that is garbage. That should be like 15-1.
Yeah, he hasn't been hitting the ball that well all postseason. So I don't know
Six to
how do you
one. I
generate those
mean,
numbers? How do you generate those numbers anyways?
I don't know. Maybe because I think it's in the desert that it's easy to hit a homer. I don't know. It's not easy to hit a homer. Better yet, in the World Series.
I mean, it was almost a double. About squeak. It just squeaked over. I thought
Really.
by the looks of the camera angle, he crushed it, and all of a sudden you see, oh, I forget who was playing left. Anyways, it just squeaked. He almost robbed it and it squeaked over the fence.
Give me a breakdown of the game. I didn't see any of it, so I'm not gonna act like I know what I'm talking about. All I know, I see the box scores and bullpen game did not work out so well for the D-backs, and then Heaney goes 5, and they made it
Hmm.
work.
I mean, it was 10-0 after 3, so it wasn't the most entertaining game. Heaney gave up 1 in the fourth. Didn't really matter. He was in complete control, and he had a 10-run cushion, so pretty comfortable to pitch in no matter what the situation is. And then he threw great. The bullpen though for the Rangers got a little sketchy towards the end. They ended up giving up 6 runs, I think. Let me see. Yeah, they gave up
Yeah.
6 runs going into the ninth. They had to bring Leclerc in for the last out. So not great, but they're also not using, their dudes. They didn't have to use Spores, Chapman. They had to use Leclerc. He only threw 10 pitches. Not a big deal. Um, so yeah, wasn't pretty towards the end, but they were in complete control. The game was out of hand. I bet everyone shut off their television after fifth inning. Yeah. But for me, they were still kind of in it. They brought in, let's see, the Diamondbacks brought in Frias, who I think it was run around first. He got a ground ball that would have ended the inning. Christian Walker, who's a Gold Glove candidate, booted it.
Oh,
Would have
that's
been a
weird.
would have been an easy double play. It happens, right? Then all of a sudden, your boy predicted Simeon hitting a bomb. So just like that, it just busted open the game. I say they were in it because at that time it was a 7-0 game, and you saw the box score. Diamondbacks, ended up scoring 7 runs, but they
Yeah.
also were going against, the not the back end of the Rangers bullpen. So could have been a different situation.
Well, we said if Heaney gives them any length, this series is pretty much over. Because I mean, Diamondbacks just emptied the tank. They didn't use their guys, but if they let's say the starter doesn't go very far today, then they don't have any depth. Well, who's going today for the Rangers? Your boy,
Oh, yep.
Nasty Nate against Gallen. Gallen has a 5 something ERA. He hasn't had one good start in the playoffs yet, or at least since the LCS and the World Series.
He
And
was
Nasty
decent
Nate's
game
probably
one.
pissed off.
Nate got hit around though. I think Nate gave up 5 runs his first outing.
Yeah, so now he's pissed.
Yeah, it's game set match. This is it. This is gonna be the Rangers' first World Series win of
So you're
they've
calling
never won a World
Texas.
Series.
You're calling
I
Texas today.
think I hope they don't because I want to keep watching. I want them to win. I want them to win a World Series at home for the fans. But yeah, I think it's over. So
Nothing worse if they lose game 7 then or lose this game from clinching, then you have a day off. You got to go on this plane and think about it the whole day off, and then I don't know.
yeah,
Then the pressure's on because then you're at home. It's almost like the Phillies. You're just the heavy favorite, and you're at home, and you're just like
yep,
trying to get this win. Please, just let's get this win, and then it's just a lot of pressure. The D-backs have been in this situation. They haven't been down 3-1, but they win this game. They've been in this situation. House money
yeah.
again.
I mean, they got nothing to lose. I think that's been their mo this whole postseason, and it's
Yeah,
paid
it might
off.
be where they play the best.
Yeah, I agree. Um,
I'm not
and we
picking the
kept
D-back. I just say don't let them win this game.
you got to step on their throat here. Nate will do it. I got faith in him. So, anyways, the last 2 innings they had to use 4. The Rangers had to use 4 relief pitchers to get through it. So, they're carrying some momentum into this game. I'll say that. The Diamondbacks offense, I mean.
Right. We're gonna wait for Steve to join. He said he's trying to get through the link. We'll see what happens if you click this link.
So I want to know how he predicted this, because Semien. I guess maybe the only thing I think is Semien started to show life. Had a big RBI single the day before, and obviously he had a huge game yesterday. We said if he catches fire, watch out.
Okay, that's me. So the link worked. Sorry about that. I was seeing if this link worked.
Oh, he's not done?
No.
I was saying if we said if Semien catches fire, watch out for this lineup, and then
You did say that.
oh, and they lost Adalis. So what a huge time to step up yesterday.
How about Jankowski? I play with in Philly. The guy's just been around. Solid player though. Does all the little things right. Not the best hitter, but he just does little things right. And I think he had a big game last night. Yeah.
Yeah, he got a knockoff. That same kid that gave up the homer to Semien. Frias too. Hanging slider hit up the middle in the gap.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the world predictor, fantasy guru, USA world champion, independent ball Steve. All his titles.
Good, man. Seems like you're doing better, though. You made quite the prediction.
Steve was wondering how you, Steve, came up with this prediction and what made you first of all, only 6-1 odds. That's garbage. Steve Cishek, you have faced Semien, and I do remember this night at Wrigley, and it was like a sinker way in off the plate, and he went way back.
Did he? I don't remember that one. I usually remember.
Oh, I remember because I had to warm up. And then the next guy, and then the next lefty, I forget his name. He had an amazing at bat, and then he went way back.
Oh, that game. Yeah.
Yeah, this was like a 20-17 game on a Wrigley night.
What was that? Like his whole that kid, the lefty, his whole family was there. He was battling everything off. I'm like, oh, he's seen all I got is fastball slider. He's seen every break of every pitch I got, and he just went off. That was the A's, yeah. When he was with the A's, Semien. I have a bad track record against the A's. That's true. Yeah, I mean he's a good player, man.
So how hyped were you, Steve, fantasy guru Steve, when you saw the home run? We're trying to get our little editor nephew to set up a video where we talked about you predicting and then playing the video. But if this kid will ever text me back, it'd be great.
I texted Kinsey. I was like, "Holy cow, he did it! It's gone, squeaked over the fence, but a homer's a homer."
I was too busy trying to scare kids. I couldn't respond to anybody. Okay, fantasy guru Steve, who do you got for tonight's game? Well, our picks were we say the Rangers because Nasty Nate's pissed off, and but we're also saying don't let the D-backs win this game because then they've been in this situation going back to on the road and down 3-2 and backs against the wall and whatever happens. Because if the Rangers lose this game, all the pressure goes back onto them going home. Then they got to think about it on a flight, and they got to think about it for a day, and then it's just pressure. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up with that, by the way? Every team this postseason really hasn't played well at home. I don't think the Astros have won a home playoff game in like the last 2 years.
I don't know I know you haven't been to playoffs much, Steve, but they're in the playoffs at home. It's just like there's so much family. There's so many people you got to take care of. It's just there's so many people around. It's just draining.
Yeah,
just like,
makes
Lord,
sense.
can I just get on the road and everyone just leave me alone?
But I feel like once you get in the game, the environment itself takes over. Or you'd rather be a spoiler and shut everybody up. That's kind of nice too.
That is fun. I just think you're more
coming
as a team when you're on the road. It's you against 40-something thousand. You just want to fight more. At home, you're just hoping for energy. Like the Phillies looked like they were just hoping.
Okay, so if I'm on the Diamondbacks and I beat the Phillies at home, and then you watch the videos of all the Phillies fans after the game, I'm like, dude, that's so much better.
Oh my! The one little kid was just effing off, saying, "Get rid of Trey Turner. He sucks." Like, holy crap! Now you guys know why I didn't like playing in Philly. Because if you do one bad thing, like they kill you.
Yeah. So who you got? Who you got? Fantasy Steve. You said you think Rangers are gonna pull it off. Or you got the. It sounds like you're more Diamondbacks, pro Diamondback over there. Yeah. Yeah. And Chapman's kind of sketchy. Leclerc's been throwing well though, but he's gonna be on no rest, 3 days. This will be his third day pitching in a row. He's got to get in the game. And they had great at bats other than Carroll against Chapman. I mean, Chapman made Carroll look silly, but other than that, it was a rocket to short that they turned a double play on. So I don't know. I still think the Rangers are going to win.
I think they're going to win, but there's a lot of pressure. And if Nasty Nate doesn't show up, oh, man.
Yep. I know you said you had one follower that's a Rangers fan that said to keep picking the Diamondbacks because we're wrong every time. He's not going to be excited when we predict the Rangers today.
No, yeah. Now that we're on the Rangers, and if the D-backs win, then I don't know. I guess because I really haven't picked one right game. I think you picked the first game, but we've been opposite every time. So now that we're on the Rangers, but Fantasy Steve's on the D-back, so we'll see.
I mean, he predicted a homer yesterday from a single player.
Homer. Like, it's not almost like we need that to go viral somehow for you. You can start a Fantasy Steve Twitter or something and see how far that goes. Like a betting Twitter.
Well, with the D-backs, no matter what, you're going to see Ginkel or Sewald throwing multiples, or probably both of them, right? I mean, they blew through their bullpen yesterday. That's kind of promising if it's a close game. You know, if they can keep the game if they're losing within 1 or 2, I feel like that's easily attainable in the 8th or 9th inning.
I haven't seen Sewald go 2 or 1+ yet in these playoffs. I don't think, at least in the last
he hasn't had
rounds. You would have
Ginkel
thought
has been the guy.
7 and I guess Ginkel struck out the side in Game 7, but
yeah,
I mean, he wasn't even warming up.
I think the game prior to that, Ginkel went 1+. Or maybe it was that game where the first part was
blew that game. By the way,
yeah, I mean that worries me a little bit. Like, get him in the game, just get some work in.
That just stirs in your head for every day. I mean, you just need to get in the game, and the more games that go by, he doesn't get in, the worse it's going to get for him.
Yeah, he needed to pitch yesterday.
Yeah, I need
for me.
Yeah, I need to get
like instead of Saul Frank, bring him in, just get him 2 outs, no more than 15 pitches, hopefully. Got to get to work.
Was Saul Frank playing cricket last night? I didn't see him pitch. What was he?
No, honestly, I passed out. I fell asleep. So tired from Mario Karting.
I saw those videos.
I was out.
Those were good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll recap tomorrow, regardless whether there's a champion or we're moving on and pressure's on. So, Fantasy Steve, any hit predictions tonight? What do you mean you don't have any hit predictions? What? Thank you. What do you need a prediction, Steve? A hit prediction.
Nice.
I like that. Now we can root for that. 2 for 5 with a double and 2 RBIs. If that happens, all hell's breaking loose, Steve, and I don't know what we're gonna do.
I'm just gonna turn. He can just have the show.
We're gonna start a whole nother show on prediction, Steve's predictions or something. I don't know.
I was gonna make a prediction about Christian Walker. I take that back. He went 0 for against Nasty Nate. I was like, he's gonna make up for his wrongs yesterday.
You can't get a hit if you go 0 for. I don't get it.
No, Nate dominated him.
Well, it's the high fastballs that he's not liking. And he's a chase slider. I remember facing him. It was just no off speed in the zone. Other than that, and no fastballs down. But other than that, it was all good.
I got Alec Thomas coming up with a big hit. Here's my hit prediction. What about you?
So both
put together some good at bats.
I got Seager hitting a homer. On a first pitch.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the easiest prediction I can do.
That's hilarious. All right, well,
all right, guys.
Let's see what happens.
All right, Fantasy Steve, thanks for joining us. World champion Steve,
USA Steve.
Independent ball Steve.
Scuba Steve.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining.
All right. See ya.
Subscribe and follow. See you guys.